Hello everybody, it's the Cursing Seamstress. I have to leave in just a bit to go to work, but I wanted to show you a few things. Let's see, first of all, today is the second day of fall and the weather's really nice. It's yesterday was a little bit cloudy, but the sun shone through. It was a really nice day. Today, I think the high is only going to be about 78 or 79. And it definitely feels like fall. So that's good. I went to an estate sale on Saturday. Today's Monday. And I saw it online at a website different from the one I usually go to. And this was... I think it was estatesales.org. It was almost the same name as the one I normally go to, but they advertised a sale in Suffolk, Virginia, which is not far from me. It's about 40 minutes, and there's all kinds of stuff in Suffolk. There's a Chick-fil-A, a CHKD thrift store, you know, all kinds of nice stores and things like that. So I rode up there, and this estate sale was in a very modest neighborhood. I'd never been back there. I'd been past the road, the turnoff to the road, just, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of times. But it's just a little turnoff, and it was a dead-end road, so it was an older lady's house who had died, and she had not a lot that I would have wanted. She had a lot of towels and really pretty hand-embroidered hand towels, the old-timey kitchen kind of things that I inherited from my mom, and kept most of those, got rid of a few. So the dishware was older dishware, you know, nothing that I could have used. The pattern on a set of dishes that she had was a very classic wheat pattern. It's like just a piece of wheat. And I think my mother had that pattern when I was a little girl, when I was maybe 4 or 5. And I'm not sure, but I think that wheat pattern came inside flour or something like that, or it was where maybe it was like those S&H green stamps, maybe, if you got enough of those. I don't remember, but she had not had that pattern in a long time, but I do remember that from years and years ago. But anyway, so the reason I went was because there was some sewing stuff that I could see in some of the pictures that were posted. And I think that things were overpriced. It was day one. There were 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So usually in an estate sale, the first day everything's full price, and then the second day it's half price. But anyway, it ended up that everything was 25% off. And I'm not sure why. Actually, it wasn't posted anywhere, but the lady who was in there, it turns out it was her mother's house. And she was just sort of standing guard, I guess, and answering questions. But she told me that everything was 25% off. But the patterns there were 2 boxes of patterns, and they were older patterns for the most part, lots of little kids patterns, lots of costume patterns. They were all, you know, the big 4. So they were $1 a piece. I thought that was a little bit high. And she had some fabric, not a whole lot, some really small pieces that I could not use. But anyway, with it being 25% off, I still think I overpaid, but I ended up with 1 pattern, 1 kid's pattern, and 2 pieces of fabric. So this is 1 piece that I bought. This is 100% cotton, and if I had to guess, I would say, because I'm too lazy to measure, I just knew that it was big enough to make something with. I didn't know what. So I would say 2 yards of this. And I, you know, it's a crazy print. I could probably, and there is a line there where it's been folded up for a long, long time. I don't know if you can see that. So, but, you know, I like the colors. I don't usually wear really bold colors, but anyhow, I like them. They looked very 60s-ish. The other fabric, there was probably a good 4 or 5 yards of that, and this is it. And it's really, I debated in getting it, but it's so reminiscent of the 60s, and it looks like a sheet. It is not a sheet. It's, I mean, I could see the selvage on the side, and she had cut a little bit out of it, but it's kind of neat. And so I got it, and so this morning I started making a little girl's dress, and I'll show you the pattern that I got. Oh gosh, hold on. Okay, this is the pattern that I got. Hope you can see. It is a dress that zips up the front, a vest, a blouse, and a pair of pants. I think that's it. Oh, okay, and a pullover top. A pullover top that has buttons there. So it's a McCall's, $32.90, and let's see if there's a date on here. I do not see a date, but obviously it's the 60s. So the one I chose to make was this one. This has a zipper up the front, sleeves, a collar, and I think that's about it. It's really simple pieces. I was gonna put contrasting pockets on it, but again, because I'm lazy, I did not. So it's not finished, but here are the pockets. They have a U shape to them. The zipper is in. It's right here. And so I think the next thing I need to do is to do the collar, and then probably sew the sides up and then put the sleeves in, which is traditionally how it goes. So that's what it looks like. There is a little bit of shaping to this. It does go in a little bit at the sides. I'll show you what it looks like from the inside. Whenever I put a zipper in, I don't use invisible zippers. I hate them. But whenever I put a zipper in, I serge the seam first, individual, not the seam. I serge the fabric pieces first, and then and this is how it tells you to do a zipper. Zippers are so easy, and I know people have a real hard time with them, but you know, you serge both of the pieces of fabric, put them together, mark where the end of the zipper is supposed to be, and then you will stitch with a regular stitch up to the point where the bottom of the zipper is, and then cut your thread, and then stitch with a long stitch all the way up to the top of the neckline or whatever, and then iron that open, lay your zipper down flat where you want it, pin it really good, and use your zipper foot on the inside of the fabric, on the back side of the zipper, and stitch in a long stitch down one side and then a long stitch down the other side, keeping those pins in there so there's no shifting. And then you take your pins out and you open up the seam with a seam ripper, the seam down the middle of the zipper, and then you take your zipper foot on the right side of the fabric, the good side, and stitch closer. So when you're stitching on the wrong side of the fabric, the back side of the zipper, you're stitching way on the outside, and you've got it in there perfectly. And then once you flip it over, you can stitch close to the zipper teeth. It's not hard. And I mean, that's the way I do it. I know people do zippers differently, but that just seems to work for me, and that's how I do it. So anyway, I used a yellow zipper because I had one. I actually could have used a bunch of different colors, but I chose yellow. So there's nothing so far that's tricky about this. So that's what I'm working on. The other thing I'm doing, I put out my fall decorations I made. I don't have it in here, but I made a wall hanging or a door hanging to stick on the door, and it was from an embroidery library pattern. You don't even need to know that. And then I thought that I would try to make a decoration for my mailbox, which is metal. And so I have a pre-bought decoration. It is made out of paper, but it's coated with something on it, so it's resistant to rain, and it has magnets that adhere to the mailbox. So I couldn't find it. I think I know where it is now, but it's a Christmas one. I think it's out in my little storage shed, and I was just, again, too lazy to plow through stuff. But I just went out and kind of traced off my mailbox to where the, to allow for the opening where the flag goes up, and so this is horrible looking. I'll show it to you anyway. Really disgusting, and I know it is, but I'll show it to you. It's my design. So this is the side that has the flag opening right here, and so it'll fit over the mailbox like that. And I put pumpkins on there, and this is paint. It's that tulip paint that's for fabric. So after you paint it on, and I couldn't find a paintbrush to do it with, so I watched a reel the other day, and it had somebody who was painting with a vinyl glove on and a sock. So I just used the vinyl glove, and I didn't have a lot of this tulip paint, but I just kind of smeared it on there badly. And so it's really flexible. And what's underneath here is embroidery stabilizer, which is just paper. This is polka dot fabric that I had. This is an orange ribbon. This is a purple ribbon and a black ribbon. And in between, I used some markers that are resistant for water and things like that. They were all dried up, so that's why it looks that way. So I mean, it looks dumb. I did take it out and I sprayed it with some waterproofing stuff that I had from a long time ago, but it still worked. And so the only thing I need to do, when I did these pumpkins out of felt and glued them on with some Aleene's Turbo Tacky glue. So the only thing I need to do is to find, and I don't know where they are, but I have some of those little magnets that you stick on, and you stick them on to like the back of photos and things like that to be able to put them on the refrigerator or whatever. So that's what I need to do, is to strategically place those on this and go ahead and put it out there and let the neighbors have fun laughing at it. So, the other big thing is I made the most beautiful dress, and it doesn't fit me. It's hanging up behind me. This is I think it's Patterns for Pirates. Hold on. It's not. It is Made for Mermaids. Those are sister companies. And when I say that, I think they're owned by two sisters separately. This is the pattern. I don't know that I have anything else to show you, but what it is there are different necklines, I guess two, and it has just a fantastic curve right here. It is a jumper. It's meant to be made from a medium to heavier weight knit fabric with, I think it said 35% stretch. I don't have a lot of knits left. I've got, I think maybe 2 knits left in my stash. And neither one is suitable because it's not heavyweight. It would be fine for just a dress. And I could just use this as a dress instead of a jumper. So my error, was using a knit fabric that doesn't have stretch to it. Let me get the dress and show you. This is on a half mannequin thing. So if you decide to make this, you really need to mark your back, put a tag in there or something, because now that I am done with it, the only way I can tell the difference between the front and the back is because I push the seam allowance to the back. So I actually had to look at that when I put it on the mannequin. So this is too tight in the bodice area for me. I mean, it is, if it were just a little bit too tight, I would wear it, but it's not. It's way too tight. It does have a facing. I understitched all the way around, and regardless, you can kind of see how it wants to come out, but once it's on, it does not. It lays totally flat. The burrito method is what's used to turn this out when you attach the facing. I had a really, really hard time pulling this fabric through to the right side with the burrito method. I mean, I almost gave up. That's how bad it was. The seam allowance is 3/8 of an inch everywhere but the neckline, but I need to go back. It's a half an inch around the neckline. I need to go back because I really think maybe it should have been a half an inch along the arm's eye here. Because again, it was just really, really hard to turn. This is what it looks like. It just, the shaping is so wonderful in it. They have you tap down on the side to help keep that facing pulled down. So I did do that. I meant to stitch in the ditch. I think I was off from the ditch. This is the back here. The hips are fine. The waist is fine. It's just the upper part, the chest area, the shoulders is so tight on me. And the fabric is so pretty. And I wish I knew somebody who would take this, because it's lovely. It is just lovely. It's great fabric. It looks like it's showing up red here. This is a coral. It's not red at all, and I like coral. So that's that. All right, so I like it so much that I am going to make it again. I went ahead and went up a size. I think I cut out the first time. They go by colors. I went by, I think it was green, and then the next size up is yellow. And it's a good amount difference, probably a good 3/4 of an inch. I don't need it again in the hips or the thigh area, so I may do something with that. I'm not sure, but I need to get the right fabric. So I went on to, I can't remember who was having a sale. I think everybody. It was not Joann Fabrics. I think it was Fabric Mart. And I went in and picked out, yes, it was Fabric Mart. It was a $3.49 per yard sale. So I bought, I think, 4 yards of 3 different fabrics that I thought would work well for this pattern. And the other thing about this pattern is it looks to me that you could wear it as a jumper, but you can also wear it without a shirt under it and wear like a little jacket, a little bolero, or just a little, you know, short waist jacket through the winter. So I recommend it. Again, it's my fault because I used the wrong fabric. But again, if I can find somebody to wear it, I'm going to donate it because it's just so pretty. And I think that's it. So I will talk to you later. I'll try to show you pictures of this little zip-up little girl's size 5 dress when I get done with it. And hopefully I'll get my fabric and I'll start working on that Made for Mermaids jumper. So I hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.